Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. Next case is cause number M329198. Case is filed the state of Texas versus Alexa Rainey. Ms. Rainey, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Rainey, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Rainey, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes.
Ms. Rainey, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Ms. Rainey?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Ms. Rainey. You're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Marcus Wilkerson. Attorney Wilkerson, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Judge. Thank you.
And Mr. Wilkerson, do you waive a record in Ms. Rainey's case?
We do, Your Honor.
Ms. Rainey, I have before me a motion to revoke probation. This motion to revoke probation was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this motion, it alleges that you, Alexa Rainey, was tried on March 9th of 2022 for the offense of driving while intoxicated with an alcohol concentration level of 0.15 or more. You were found guilty and assessed a punishment at a term of 180 days confinement in the Jefferson County Jail and a fine of $500. Your confinement was probated for a period of 18 months. In this motion, there are 3 allegations. State, are you proceeding on all 3 allegations?
So proceeding on 1 and 2 and abandoning the third.
Ms. Rainey, the state is abandoning allegation number 3, and that simply means that they will only be proceeding on allegations 1 and 2. Allegation number 1 states that you, Alexa Rainey, failed to report to the Jefferson County Community Supervision and Correction Department as directed by the court for the months of April of 2022, May 2023, and June of 2023. Ms. Rainey, is that true or not true?
True.
Okay. Allegation number 2 alleges that you, Alexa Rainey, failed to abstain from the use of alcohol in the form of, in any form as directed by the court, as the defendant admitted to the use of alcohol while on probation in violation of condition 16 of your probation order. Is that true or not true?
True.
Ms. Rainey, are you pleading true to allegations 1 and 2 freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading true because they are true?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Rainey, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. It is also labeled as State's Exhibit number 1. Ms. Rainey, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials that are on the line next to a box, check MTRP, which means motion to revoke probation, true to allegations 1 and 2.
Yes, sir.
Are these your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of this same document, there is a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
On the next document, that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes.
At the top of this document, there's one box that's checked. The box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Now, Ms. Rainey, before you sign and initial these documents that I just showed you, Did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yeah.
And did you read and understand everything that he went over? And is everything in these documents true and correct
Yes.
to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
State. Well, Ms. Rainey, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, would you like to offer State's Exhibit 1 into evidence?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
No objections. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted into evidence. Mr. Wilkerson, you've advised and counseled Ms. Rainey. Is there any evidence that she is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Rainey, your attorney, Mr. Wilkerson, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Ms. Rainey, I will accept your plea of true to allegations 1 and 2. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to revoke your probation, and your probation is hereby revoked. Let's see. Ms. Porter, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, yeah.
And what is that agreement?
In exchange for the defendant's plea of truth, the state is offered 30 days in Jefferson County Jail, giving her credit for 9 days, plus court costs. Just turn herself in on 3/8, which is March 8th, 2024, by 6:00 p.m.
What's the court cost in this case?
It shows $60.
60?
Am I allowed to pay right now? Or
Yes.
after we-
Okay, this is okay. Ms. Rainey, the state is offering that you serve 30 days in the Jefferson County Jail. You'll be given credit for the 9 days that you have already served. The court costs or any time that you're entitled to get by law. Now, the court cost in this case is $60. Will you be able to pay the $60 court cost?
Yes, sir.
Your jail time will begin on March 8, 2024, at or before 6 p.m. Ms. Rainey, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes.
Ms. Rainey, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Now, Ms. Rainey, you're gonna have a seat. Are you ready for her? Or can she have a seat? Just have a seat. They're gonna call you, come back up to the court coordinator. Once you come up here, you're gonna follow the directions of the court coordinator and the bailiff. Once you finish following the directions, you can go downstairs to the county clerk's office to make that payment. They're going to give you a receipt, and you could bring a copy of that receipt back up here in court.
Yeah.
Okay, so first I wait for her to call me up there.
Yes, because she has to get to, yeah, because she has to send the paperwork down to them.
And then I go downstairs.
Right.
And then I bring them to the.
Right. All right. Okay, Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. We have three cases. Cause number 23CC 0716, cause number 23CC 0717, and cause number 23CC 0718. All three cases are styled the state of Texas versus Servion Xavier Abdullah. Mr. Abdullah, is that your full name? Mr. Abdullah, how are you doing? You doing good? That's right. That's good. Now, Mr. Abdullah, you're represented in your cases by your attorney Todd LeBlanc, who is appearing via Zoom. Attorney LeBlanc, how are you doing?
I'm good, Judge. Thanks.
That's it. Now, Mr. LeBlanc, what is your announcements in Mr. Abdullah's cases?
Judge, my client lives in Houston, I believe. I need a little bit more time to go over some things with him, and I couldn't be there because I'm in court in Koontz right now.
Okay.
So if we could get a reset,
How much time do you need?
just the regular reset, Judge. However long the court.
Give us a reset date.
April 29th or May 6th.
You say April 29th or May 6th. Which one is better?
April 29th is fine, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Abdullah, your cases will be reset until April 29th of 2024. Your attorney and your bondsman will be given notice of your recess. You will be given your recess here in court. Once you get your recess here in court, you're free to go. Have a safe trip back to Houston, and you have a blessed day. Please have a seat in that first chair on the wall. And Mr. LeBlanc, these are your only three cases. You're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, you're welcome. Yeah, Mr. LeBlanc, you forgot something?
Yes, Judge. I thought I have a Bernard on the docket as well.
Bernard?
Amir Bernard.
Yeah, they said, hold on a minute, Bernard.
I don't. It shows that he is.
Yeah, Kamir. He didn't answer. He didn't show up.
Okay. Okay, Judge.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
All right. Yeah, we can call it right now. This is cause number
Okay.
334-104, case of style of state of Texas versus Kamir Kanye Percy Bernard. Mr. Bernard is scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. At or about 9 a.m., the court's bailiff called the name of Kamir Bernard. Kamir Bernard did not answer. Kamir Bernard has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time now is 11:43 a.m. on today's date of February 26th of 2024. Ms. Bailey, could you please call the name of Kamir Bernard at the courthouse door?
Yes.
You could do that first.
I'm there. I'm sorry.
Just hold on a minute. Just wait till she comes back.
Oh, yeah, finish the one there. Right down. Yeah. That's it. Yes, all right, this is what you need to, check yourself in. Right next week, yes. That's it.
Kamir Bernard, would you please call?
Yes, and then bring it back up to us, right, so if the door is locked, go to the door.
It shouldn't be locked. We're gonna be here.
Or you just call, and call, somebody will be.
Kamir Bernard, okay, Kamir Bernard's name was just called at the courthouse door. Kamir Bernard did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Bernard an opportunity to appear in court. He has not appeared in court. State, do you have a motion? That motion will be granted. Kamir Bernard's bond will be forfeited. Warrant shall be issued for his arrest. And Mr. LeBlanc, you're excused. You have a blessed day.
Thank you, you too, Judge.
You're welcome. This is cause number M326996. And you are, and cause number M332430. Both cases are style of state of Texas versus Glenn Paul Ballard. Mr. Ballard, is that your full name?
Yes.
How are you doing, Mr. Ballard?
Okay, how about yourself?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Ballard. You represented in these cases by your attorney, Attorney Langston Adams. Attorney Adams, how are you doing?
Doing well.
Mr. Adams, what are your announcements in Mr. Ballard's cases?
In 326996, that's dismissed for restitution. If you give him 30 days, he'll pay the restitution. And
So that's to be dismissed?
That's to be dismissed for rest, and you're gonna have the $110.94, right? About money off.
I have about 14 next month.
Oh, okay, so just give him 30 days. And then on 332-430, he's saying he's not guilty of multiple trial. That's the one with the $970.
Trial? Give us a, we need a trial date on, well, let's do this here. The first case, cause number 326996, is to be dismissed for restitution. Give us a reset date on that case.
Put it on the plea document, April 1st.
No, okay, it has to be a plea doc, but April 1st?
Yes.
April 1st of 2024. And the next case, cause number M332430, to reset that for trial. Give us a trial date.
April 8th.
Okay, April 8th. So you're gonna come back a week later.
How long did you want for the restitution? Is it too far?
I get, actually, I get this
30 days.
14th the next month when I get it. Second Wednesday of every month when I get it.
Yeah, and so,
30 days will be good.
okay. And then what they'll do is if he pays it, the state will dismiss the case. And you won't have to come here on the 1st. However, you will have to appear on the 8th.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, if it's not dismissed, you have to appear on the 1st.
Let me write down these.
And the 8th. You'll be given the 2 court dates. Given the reset dates.
110.94, have it in the money.
Okay.
That's good.
You want to wait the 24 too? I put 3/8.
The what?
Want the 2/4 after
I'll
3/8?
get you a copy.
What's that?
I put 3/8. I didn't know if you want.
What's 3,
2/4.
what's 3/8?
The day that he's supposed to turn himself in, 3/8 by 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay, it looks like 3/18, I thought,
Oh, it's 3/8. Yeah, 3/8. Oh,
yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I just saw the 3.
Yeah, okay. My handwriting is good. Let me correct it.
You could just erase it, yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay.
I'm not looking about.
Let's see. She unplugged it.
Get that power strip. I got it.
Y'all gonna have to change the location of that.
I'm gonna call me. I wonder if I-
Okay, this is cause number M332808. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Joseph David Lupe. Mr. Lupe, is that your full name?
It is.
Mr. Lupe, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Lupe, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
I do.
Mr. Lupe, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Lupe? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Lupe, you represented in your case by your attorney Langston Adams. Attorney Adams, how are you doing?
Can't complain. Doing really.
Ms. Adams, you waive a record in Mr. Lupe's case?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Lupe, I have before me a document that is titled information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, Mr. Lupe, it alleges that you, Joseph David Lupe, on or about April 4th of 2022, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of theft. Mr. Lupe, do you understand what you have been charged with?
I do.
And to this charge, Mr. Lupe, how did you proceed? Guilty, not guilty, no contest?
No contest.
Now, you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
No.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yeah.
Mr. Lupe, I also have before me a document that is titled misdemeanor plea admonishment, is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
I do.
On page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials on a line next to a box that's checked no contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document? On the next page of the same document, there is a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Mr. Lupe, is this your signature?
It is.
And on the next document, that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal. Do you recognize this document?
Mhm.
At the bottom of this document, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes.
At the top of this document, there's one box that's checked. The box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? I also have a document on paper that is titled discovery certification. Do you recognize this document?
I do.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant's signature? Mr. Lupe, before you sign and initial these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney, Mr. Adams, go over these documents with you?
I did.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
I did.
And is everything in these documents true and correct
I did.
to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Lupe, are you a citizen of the United States?
I am.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, would you like to offer State's Exhibit Number 1 into evidence?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections?
None.
No objection. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted into evidence, and the court will take judicial notice to the court's file. Mr. Adams, you've advised and counseled Mr. Lupe. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None.
Mr. Lupe, your attorney, Mr. Adams, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation? Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, yes.
Mr. Lupe, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers was freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
In exchange for the defendant's plea, guilty or no contest, the state is offered 10 days in Jefferson County Jail, giving him credit for 4 days. He's to turn himself in on March the 8th, at or before 6:00 p.m.
Mr. Luke, what is the court call in this case?
He's gonna ask me.
Mr. Lupe, the state is offering that you serve 10 days in the Jefferson County.
Oh,
Let me see what case is it. 10 days in the Jefferson County Jail, you'll be given credit for the 4 days that you have already served or any time that you're entitled to get by law. The court cost in this case is $337. Will you be able to pay the $337 court cost?
No, he can't pay that.
Okay, now, Mr. Lupe, I have before me a document that is titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Innocence. I'm handing it to your attorney, and your attorney will hand this the same document to you. Mr. Lupe, do you recognize that document? On page 2 of that document, there's a signature at the top above the line that is titled Defendant Signature. Is that your signature? Now, Mr. Lupe, is everything in that document still true and correct today? Okay, Mr. Lupe, the court is going to find that you are indigent. Based on the finding of indigency, the court costs in this case will be waived pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. Mr. Lupe, do you understand the state's offer? Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes.
And do you accept the state's offer? Mr. Lupe, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Lupe, you turn yourself in on March 8th of 2024 at or before 6 p.m. Okay, Mr. Lupe, you're gonna stand in front, have a seat. Mr. Lupe, just have a seat in that first chair. And when the court coordinator is ready, she's gonna ask you to come up to the window. You're gonna follow the court coordinator and the bailiff directions. Once you finish following their directions, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. Okay.